how does the track work?
The track is very intentionally designed to work with the characters. It's passive in the sense that there's no magnets or electronics that are inside of it, but it's special kinds of ink and optics tricks that we use when we print it to make it work with the cars. And so what happens is that the cars actually have a downward facing camera, and everything that looks like the track to you and me is actually transparent to the cars, and they see right through it a special code or scheme inside of it that gives them all the information they need. And so 500 times every single second, they're actually sensing the track so that they know their position, and they can make minute adjustments to their wheels so they can execute trajectories very precisely.
How did you utilize Hollywood design in these vehicles?
So for us, it's really important that Anki Drive is not looked at as a toy or a remote control car or even a traditional racing set. And so when we approached it, we wanted to redesign everything about what you would expect to get in a game like this. And one of the main ways we do this is in how the characters themselves look. We wanted them to look very sleek, sexy, futuristic. And so we worked with Harold Belker, who's an incredibly talented Hollywood designer that usually works on futuristic vehicles in Hollywood movies. So he designed a lot of the vehicles in Minority Report and Total Recall, the Tron face mask and parts of the bodysuit in the car, and even an early version of the Batmobile and the Tron light cycles. And so he got really excited about our application and actually joined us a while back, and now we've actually ramped him up to pretty much full time with us, where he kind of captures exactly the sort of style that we're looking for, where we can take his designs and not only have these cars look beautiful, but we can then bring them to life through software to make each of the characters behave exactly the way you expect that character to behave. Whether it's offensive or defensive or balanced or sneaky, we can make the looks of these characters actually come to life in a way that nobody's been able to before.
What is gameplay like?
It's really unique because what you're doing is you're playing a game, but you're actually deeply embedded in this system where there's actual structure, there's rules, there's challenges, there's diverse weapons and special abilities. And what you end up doing is you're playing this competitive battle racing game where there's a real depth to the strategies that you can use to play it. And so each character that you control, you can customize it, you can upgrade it, you can change its physical capabilities, you can change its weapons and its special abilities. And the most interesting thing is that whichever ones you don't control are actually controlled by the AI. And the AI will actually use those vehicles, it will use their unique customizations, it'll have different skill levels and personalities, and you can actually play a game against 3 opponents where you don't have to have 3 friends nearby. You can actually play against the AI all off of one device.
How do you see this technology evolving moving forward?
So the exciting thing is that all of the technologies that went into Anki Drive, we look at them as core building blocks in robotics and AI. We're solving problems that are and challenges that reappear over and over again in slightly different form. So positioning, high-speed driving and dynamics, wireless communications, path planning, AI, back-end infrastructures. These are all tools that now that we have Anki Drive, they're amazing foundations that we can reuse over and over again, so that the next projects that we work on, products 2, 3, 4, and beyond, we can do things that would never be possible as product 1. And in fact, when you look at Anki Drive, we think of it as much more than just this platform that lets us bring vehicles to life in a racing game. It's more abstractly, it gives us the ability to have physical characters that understand exactly where they are, and we can just use software to bring them to life and give them a purpose and add rules to a game that makes use of them. And so you can already start to imagine the sort of gameplay that we can make, not just with extensions of Drive, but all of the sort of products that we can make in the future with this.